are listening to Keith Richards. No, you're not. You're actually listening to me, Guitar Mijo 78. I appreciate your time checking this out. I'm gonna get to it right away. This is a pedal, a guitar amp modeler. This is made by Behringer. The Behringer V-Tone series, the famous V-Tone series. It's a guitar GDI21. Guitar amp modeler / driver / DI. And it's a guitar amp modeler, but it's also a speaker modeler. They make some very good products out there. It just depends what you're looking for, what you're listening for. And this is very inexpensive. This is like $30. They have an acoustic one and they have a bass one. I bought all three, and I actually bought another one of these. But this is the guitar GDI21. All right, what you're listening to is the Tweed setting. As a matter of fact, this whole video is going to be just the Tweed setting. It's going to be a combination of cleans, and what they have set up for you here is a drive channel, which is the gain, 2-band EQ, which is treble and bass, and a level, which is the volume. All right, and they have your choice of amps, but today we're going to stay on the Tweed. There's also a British and a California, which is a Marshall and a Mesa Boogie. So we're on the Tweed. So what they have here, they have it set up that there's 3 different modes: clean, high gain, and hot. I would agree. I've never used the term hot, and to me, high gain is hot. So maybe it should be something like clean, overdriven, and high gain. Especially when you're talking about a Tweed and you're talking about the 50s, Fender amps, Bassmans, Vibroluxes, Champs, Deluxes, all the first amplifiers to come out that were very clean, and they are known to be have a lot of clarity, but very articulate. And what I mean by that, it very expressive. When you hit the guitar hard, it clips. All right, they're not scooped like the blackface Fenders. So you guitar players know what I'm talking about. Why the Tweed is on here, I don't know. But I've enjoyed it. And so I'm going to go through an assortment of clean, high gain, and hot. All right. And also, they have a mic simulator. All right. Now, the simulators are as follows. All right. You have an off. It says off X, which is the off axis, kind of the microphone maybe on the corner, just a little bit off. You have it dead center, and then there's one that says classic, and I'm gonna look on my notes here and see what that classic setting is. For the most part, these are mainly used as an EQ, kind of. I would assume it is mic placement, but it's also probably a series of different types of EQ, which I personally enjoy for the Tweed, for the clean. I enjoy the center, dead center. I do flip it through the classic, and you'll know that it's on the classic because it sounds real, like a lot more honky, if that's the right term. Honky in a sense that smaller, maybe like a smaller speaker, maybe like a Champ or something. See, because it's not the speaker size, it's the microphone, but it's also an EQ. So the dead center one seems to really capture clarity. But it is also possible they have these settings because of the Marshall and the Mesa Boogie settings. With the real high gain stuff, you may need different mic placements. As a matter of fact, I'm sure of it. I do see the off axis quite a bit on the 14 Marshall. And you do have a ground lift switch. I kept it off. When I turned it on, it just added more noise. And last but not least, the inputs and outputs. Okay, there's a 1/4 inch in. There's also a 1/4 inch out. And no surprise. But the 1/4 inch only allows you to use it as a foot pedal into an amp. Okay, it's not until you use the XLR out where you get the mic out. Where you get the speaker simulator. Okay. There's no notes here regarding what it is. You think of a Tweed. I don't know. I think of a Tweed. God, I mean, either I think of a Champ or like a 410 Bassman. That's the first thing I think of when I think of a Tweed. Everyone has a different impression of that. And there's nothing specific on here because I don't think that's that type of the only things they have that are specific here, it says Boogie, Marshall Plexi, Marshall Bluesbreaker style, funk style. They have certain settings on here, but it just depends what your ear listens to. So what I've used it for, let's just get to that. What I've used it for is I put all my pedals before it, and this is the second to last on my chain. The last on my chain is a Reverb. Okay, this is just how I do it. So let me reverse engineer. Okay, the mixer, right, is where my channel goes into. Run the XLR from the mixer, or actually a 1/4 inch, into my reverb pedal. And I take the reverb pedal and put it in the out of the V-tone Behringer. And then in the front, I put all my pedals. So that's how I've used it and been able to get away with a lot. Because when it's all said and done, where you have an engineer, the guy that mixes you in anyway, so you can get very creative. The DI, you can give that to the engineer, right? And get your sound out of your amp or out of one of those I think they're called FR flat, or I'm not sure, flat frequency response something, FR. Anyways, right, so you're using this as a preamp, and you go into the you can go into maybe a solid state amplifier and give it that sound like a Tweed. You can use this as an overdrive pedal. I've done that, and into your twin reverb or into your deluxe, just as an extra pedal. Use it as a backup. You can get creative. I've gotten creative with this pedal many occasions. It's also just a DI. Disengaged, of course, plugged in. I don't believe this is true bypass, or it doesn't have those qualities to it. Also, one thing, if you've listened to the tones, you've heard that it breaks up real easily like a twin. I'm sorry, like a Tweed. It does break up quite easily. So that's why I have the drive level down, or the gain level down. I have it down, 2, 3 o'clock. So I use it as my clean. I notice if you use a boost pedal in front of it, it gives it that little bit of oomph into it. And it's not too bad, regarding the pedals. It's again, you're going for stuff you can use. And something happens to this, you just get another one, $30. I got a few more sounds and tones on here. Hey, if you feel obliged, help me out. I got a Venmo. It's listed below, or a PayPal. Y'all be good, and check out some more tones here. Thanks a lot.